Masterclass on the beat.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so as you can see, I have a friend with me. This is
NNEKA.
NNEKA. This is my good friend. I've known her for over how many years?
Like 10
plus years.
Yeah,
10 plus years.
Something.
Yes, but I'm coming back to you guys because, as you can see by the title, A Black Girl's Journey, I wanted to start a series where showcasing different Black women's journey throughout their life into whatever profession that they are currently in. So NNEKA is a
registered nurse.
Yay! So she just passed her.
I passed my NCLEX about, what did I say, like a month? Oh yeah, it's been like a month now. As of last week.
Yes. She just passed the exam, so we're so proud of her. She's been on this journey for a good
while.
But she made it by God's grace.
Amen.
So Becca was gracious enough to come on here and tell you guys a little bit about her journey, and same thing with the last video that I made about my dental school journey. Hopefully this will inspire someone to keep going with their nursing school journey or learn more about nursing school journey. So here we go. Okay, so let's start. Do you mind sharing your age? You don't have to.
I don't want to disappoint people. They'll be like, oh, she's 19. In fact, actually 26.
26.
Nice. As of February.
Nice. That's a good age. Yes. Okay, so let's see. Was nursing something that you wanted to do when you were younger, or when did you decide that you wanted to do nursing?
Yeah, like, I feel like I was one of the few people in my class who didn't feel like they were born to be a nurse. Mm-hmm. It was until I was like 16, my mom, she wanted us to do like the CNA class, and for those of you who don't know that, that's Certified Nursing Assistant. Mm-hmm. And my high school had this like program where you can do like medical assistant or maybe some type of like surgical assistant through their program, and so I did the CNA one for the summer. So me and my brother did it for, I think it was like 3 months or something like that. Oh. And we worked at the nursing home and did our volunteer there, and I ended up loving it. Like I was just in awe of how impactful I can be, and I really like valued the importance of making those relationships and with the patients that we had and forming those bonds with them. And I think it was that moment where I realized that this is what I wanted to do with my life, and so I just started to pursue it right when I graduated high school, and here I am now.
Nice. So you say about 16 is when you made that decision?
Yeah, 16. So I didn't feel like I was born to do it. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, same with me. I think I told them about high school is when I made the decision to be in dentistry, like later in high school. Okay, so what do you love about the profession?
What do I love? I love how we are the closest to our patients. Yes, the physicians and, the PTs, respiratory therapists, they have such a, predominant role in, the patient's care, but I feel like nurses are the closest. We are there throughout it all. And, there are sometimes there's like those negative connotations or negative perspectives on like seeing the nurse working so hard and running around with her, look like a chicken with their head cut off, but it's worth it because you spend so much time with that patient, and you know the ins and outs of them, and that really kind of made it clear to me as to why I wanted to be a nurse, just seeing that patient to nurse relationship on a personal level.
Yeah, you guys are definitely more, I feel like, in tune with the patients. You're definitely closer with them, so that's really good. So can you tell us a bit about your journey to nursing school? So high school, you decided you wanted to be a nurse, and then what did you do afterwards to reach that?
So I had, my journey was pretty,
tell us about it,
It's very lengthy. It's very lengthy.
It's okay.
Yeah, I wasn't one of those people who just, went to 4 years and was just out. No, my journey was a little different. I definitely started at a university for 2 years. I kind of got my generals out of the way, and then I transferred, and that was when I was in Las Vegas. And then I transferred back to California and decided to like really pursue nursing. I wasn't really as focused, and so I was distracted, and so I was only able to get generals, but I wasn't really working towards my nursing career up until I transferred back to California. And so,
can I ask a question?
Yes.
So you went to a regular undergrad?
Yeah, just a regular undergrad, yeah. And then I just finished 2 years there, and then I transferred back, and then I started working on my prerequisites, because for those of you who are trying to go into nursing school, you have to complete a certain amount of prerequisites before entering. So you have to do like micro anatomy and OChem. So I started working on those diligently once I got to California. And then I applied once. The first time I applied, it was my application was absolutely terrible. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It wasn't even worthy of being recognized, and I knew that. And so the first time I actually did not get into nursing school. I don't really share it as much, because it for me it was embarrassing, because you know, I felt like I was working hard, but at the same time there was so much missing from my application. So after that, I realized, I talked to a counselor, realized what I needed to work on, and I just went in. Like, that summer, I made sure that I had, like, a caregiving job. I did as much volunteer work as I could, just so I can make my, you know, application worthy. And then I applied again, I think, like, a semester after, and then I ended up getting in.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yay.
So thank God.
Amen.
No, seriously.
No, seriously. It's hard out here, man. But so you went to the general program, the undergrad program, for 2 years. So how long was your actual nursing school program?
Okay, so typically there are some, all programs vary. It just depends which one, and sometimes they vary by the state. But in California, there are a lot of 2-year programs, and some of them don't even include the summers. So my school, our program was actually three years and did not include summers. So we had 4 months off, like, so plus the 3 years. Wow, so it was the longest. It was just the longest journey, I feel like, in comparison to a lot of other people I know who were pursuing nursing at other schools. Theirs was like accelerated, or 2 years, and it definitely, I definitely felt the weight of that. Yeah,
it's a long time. Wait, so what, the degree that you received, was that a bachelor's or a master's?
So I received my bachelor's in nursing, so my BSN, and then after that I took my NCLEX, and now I'm officially NNEKA, Moefe, RN, BSN.
Yes!
This is a blessing.
So the program that you're in, were you happy with the setup of the program, or?
Well, there are a few just minor details, like minor issues, but that's not in comparison to other programs. Overall, this program was phenomenal. They really, really want you to know what you're doing. Like, skills are very essential, but if you don't have the rationale behind that skill, or what you're doing and why you're doing it, it means absolutely nothing. Because you can teach a skill to anyone, but what our school did was they made sure that we knew exactly why we were doing it. And one of the focuses of my school was holistic care, basically treating the person or the patient as a whole, and not just their disease process. And so they focused on that, and that made me kind of see my patients on a different level and connect with them better. So I really, really appreciate my school. So
now let's ask, are you happy with your decision to become a nurse? Because now you are a nurse. So
I am. I'm so happy. And sometimes, like, especially being as African, they think that we're all just nurses.
Yeah.
We just come to this country and we're just nurses. But at the same time, I'm like, it's a beautiful profession, and I don't know why there's, I know, sometimes, you know, these stigmas all the time. But I'm very proud to be here. I'm thankful. I'm just really excited to really begin this journey. I'm just, man.
And when did you start working, like, in a few days, right?
Yes.
So tell me about your position.
So I just accepted a position as a pediatric cardiothoracic ICU nurse. So I'll be working with pretty much, like, babies with heart issues. And that is a very intense unit, but I'm really excited. I've actually had a moment back when I was doing my pediatric rotation, it was like 2 years ago or something, and I was on their cardiovascular ICU, and I remember just thinking, like, wow, this unit is intense, but I can totally see myself here. And I don't know, God just kind of, like, placed me in here. I didn't even think for a second that I would be here, but so I'm definitely excited to start.
I'm excited for you. So the position that you're doing, is it straight to work, or do you have, like, a residency, or?
So this one is typically once you graduate, you apply into a graduate or residency program, like a new grad program is what it is. And so it can vary. So I know there are programs that vary from, like, 3 months to a year of residency, and then you start, you know, by yourself on the floor as a nurse. Mine is like 4 months.
Okay.
And then after that, we have our little commencement, and then I am on my own, pretty much. It's kind of terrifying. And I know there are, like, a few other programs or not even programs, they just kind of hire you on and you just start. You
Right.
have like your orientation and then you just start. But I'm actually thankful that I have this residency program because I don't feel even close to being ready to just be thrown out by myself and taking care of these babies, you know?
Yeah. So the position that you have right now, is this what you ultimately want to do like for the rest of your life, or do you have a further goal that you plan on?
I definitely want to do this for now. I want to, you know, get established and really become kind of seasoned in this area. However, I do want to pursue my nurse practitioner.
Yeah.
But I just want to get settled here first. But I definitely do want to go. I love school. Oddly enough, I really do love school. So I definitely want to go back and pursue that with time. But I'm just going to, I feel like I've been in school forever. So let me just relax.
Take time.
No, really.
Make some money.
Just relax. Yeah. So.
Okay, that's good. So can you give them any tips or anything that I may not have asked, or just anything that you want to share?
Okay, so for those of you, I'll do like maybe different sections. So before nursing school, in nursing school, and then after.
Please.
So I'll make it kind of short. So pre-nursing school, for those of you who are thinking about nursing or preparing your application, whatever the case may be, try and get some good volunteer work in. It always looks really good, and you'll start to get a feel of, you know, how it is being like, maybe if it's in a hospital setting or just any type of patient care environment. It looks phenomenal on your nursing school application. So I would highly recommend recommend doing that. Also, if you're like me and you did not get in the first time, don't let that discourage you. Just keep going. If this is where God has called you to be, you'll be here regardless of what setbacks you may have. For those of you who are in nursing school, it is very challenging at first, especially the first year. First semester, first year, because you don't know how to kind of transform your thinking into this critical thinking aspect. It's very difficult. Like for me, I'm very black and white, and nursing school is not. Yeah. It's like, here are the answers, but which one is better? Yeah. And all of that. So I like it, that kind of wrecked my mind. So just learning how to do that. Really focus on getting good study groups, making sure that you kind of put your social life on the back burner for a little bit, and then eventually you will learn balance, but initially just focusing and making sure you're just diligent in your work and seeking out help, being best friends with your professors, making sure that you're just doing all you can to succeed in this first year. And then for after you graduate, for the people who are going to be taking their NCLEX soon, I highly recommend giving yourself at least a month and a half to study. I've learned that you're not going to relearn nursing school after you graduate. It's just impossible. So what I did for myself was I gave myself a month and a half to study, and then I just took the test. A lot of people like to delay it, maybe like waiting a year or so, but like just you're already here. You know what I'm saying? Like you've already got here. Like just go, just do it. It's like this big like monkey on your back, I feel like, because for me, I was terrified of this test, but what helped me is I planned, I made sure I set a goal for myself, and I studied. Like I was just not doing anything but studying, and so it helped because thankfully I passed. But I would just highly recommend those who are going to take it just to give yourself a good amount of time to study and to just go for it. Don't even let your doubts get in the way of reaching success.
Anything else?
And learn to, throughout everything, just learn to, or find ways to de-stress. So anything that will help you get rid of stress, like hiking, whether it be running, whatever the case may be, just find those ways, because you don't want this to consume your life. Nursing is a beautiful profession, but it's not your life. So you have to remember to take time for yourself, because your mental health is actually more important than any of this. So that is something that I would just kind of give you.
Definitely, that's very important. Oh, also I wanted to ask the prerequisites that you mentioned. Okay. So what exactly were those classes? Because I know medical, dental, pharm, they all have like kind of similar prereqs, but I'm not sure what the prereqs for nursing and stuff.
So the prereqs for nursing, they include, aside from your general ed, you have to take, I think it's like anatomy and physiology, I think maybe 2 semesters of that. Okay. You have to take microbiology, along with labs. Each of those are along with labs. And then you take organic chemistry, and I think there's another, just your basic chemistry as well. Okay. I want to say those are like your essential courses that you have to take. And then aside from, like I said, your general curriculum that you have to do for every
school. Okay. Alright, that's good then. Yay! Okay, you guys, let's thank NNEKA for coming. Yay! Thank you, NNEKA, for doing this with me. Okay, so yeah, if you guys have any professions that you want to hear me do an interview with or just talk to my friends about, please let me know. I have a lot of friends in different varying professions, so if you have any specific one that you or your friends, or if you show anyone this video and they have a profession they want to hear about, let me know and I will find the person. Alright, so thank you all for watching. NNEKA, do you mind giving them email?
Yeah, I'll link it.
Okay, we'll put our email and put NNEKA's Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. So if you guys want to contact her, if you have further questions or advice or anything, she will definitely get back to you when she can. But remember, she's just starting working in a few days, so give her some time, you know. But thank you guys for watching. Bye. Video, and then I'll screenshot. I
have like one cheek on the seat. I'm trying to like. I'm trying to like sit on the.
I'm sweating.
Whoa. I'm trying to get my cheek like. Okay.
So have you what is it called? Not another one question. Ding 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 ding. Let me check the. Come closer to me. You're not out of spray, but you're not listening. Okay. So really looking okay. No, you look good. I saw the video.
Okay.
Okay.